This is Hazel.
Actually, it's Amy.
That's confusing.
It's a pen name. You can use either.
Fine. This is Hazel or Amy, and she just moved from England to Shetland, the most remote place she could find in the UK, with her dog, her boyfriend's dog, and her boyfriend's parents. Yikes. Lots of people have been asking her why. Is it because there's less people? More community? More space? Doing it for the plot?
Kinda.
Will she film a full Q&A explaining everything? Yes, she will. Oh right, don't let me hold you up. Today, she is
unpacking my office.
But first, let's take a look at what she's been up to this week.
Fine.
Good morning from Shetland. It's Saturday today and me and Luke are just getting ready to go down to mainland Shetland to go to Lerwick, which is like the main town, because we want to look for some kitchen bits. There's a department store that has lots of Le Creuset pans. I am learning how to make sourdough bread, so we might get a little like Dutch oven Le Creuset pan. The hardest part is going to be choosing a colour, I think, because whatever we pick, we'll probably end up, when we get the full set of pans, getting the same colour. So this feels like quite a big decision and I'm not sure which way we're going to go. But we've been here in the house for a full 2 weeks, I think now. This is our first time going down to the mainland, and I actually don't know how often we'll end up going down. Hey baby.
Hey God.
Are your pants dry?
No.
Oh no.
So I cut off and stopped talking earlier because we realised we were running very late for our ferry. And we're definitely not going to make it. So we're just going to go and sit and wait in the queue for the next ferry. And we won't be booked onto that one, but we'll be the first in the overflow queue. So we should be able to get on it.
Okay, so I'm not a very seasoned vlogger. My camera battery died pretty much as soon as we got on the ferry, so I didn't manage to get any clips of Lerwick, but I'm sure we will be back in a future video and I'll be able to show you like the main town down on the mainland. But we did a pretty successful shopping trip, I think. I'll show you the little bits that we did pick up. Okay, so this is everything that we got. Luke found these. Apparently this is a flavour that is not very easy to find anymore. We got some plates and bowls. Our stuff will be here soon, but at the minute we're still eating on plastic plates that we brought with us in the car. So we got some new plates. We got some pasta. We found this Whole Foods shop, which is where we got all of this from, and I was very excited by the tea. So I got some organic raspberry leaf, wild rose hip and hibiscus, and also some nettle tea. I think it was called Scoop Whole Foods. Had some very nice bread. We started eating this in the car because we got hungry. It is so tasty. Some yogurt cranberries. We got a new shower head. I just got like a black swimming costume. Again, our clothes aren't here yet, and there's a leisure centre just across the water from us, and I want to go swimming. We went in the Shetland Times bookstore. It's very, very cool, and I was very restrained because I've literally just done a Waterstones order online, so I have 4 books that I haven't read yet, but they had this little magazine which I thought was very cool. slightly less chaotic morning this morning. We're just getting ready to go to a little plant sale that's on in the town hall, and then there's like a bake sale raising money for the local junior school as well, which is really cute. So we're gonna go check that out. It's gonna be nice as well because it's gonna give us a chance to meet more people and obviously buy some plants. I have drawn a very basic sort of plan of the garden. I'm so excited to get stuck into growing in the garden. I don't really know much at this point about gardening, but Luke's mum does, so we're all gonna get stuck into it together. On a side note, the water here on the island is incredible. I have not conditioned my hair since we've been here, largely just because I forgot to pack conditioner in my toiletry bag. But the water is so good. Like, my hair is probably the softest it's ever been, and all it's had in it since we've been here is like a really basic shampoo. And my skin feels so smooth and soft and nice. Hello, some time has passed. It is now much later on. We went to the little plant sale. It was adorable. We bought a lot of plants. I did take my camera, but it was very like small and local, and it just didn't really feel like the kind of thing I wanted to like whip the camera out for. So I didn't film anything, but I will show you all of the plants that we got for the garden. We just popped them in the workshop out front when we got back, and it's very windy today, so tomorrow I think if it calms down a bit, we're gonna get them in the garden, figure out where we want them. We're struggling a bit with island time, it feels like at the minute. Like, what we've all been feeling since we moved is that the time is just moving so fast. Like, it's so hard to get up at a reasonable time, even though it's like full on sunlight at probably like 4 AM. Like, it's full on sun so early, and then it's light until gone 11 PM. The days just disappear. The time goes so fast. Like yesterday we had our ferry booked for 11:30, and we genuinely, well, we missed it. Like, we had to get on the next one, and we got up and we got ready. We didn't even have breakfast, and somehow it was gone 11 and we were late for the ferry. So hopefully it'll settle down soon and we'll feel more like normal time again. But for right now, it's like, yeah, it just feels so weird. Days are going so fast. But anyway, first I'm going to feed my sourdough. I've never actually made sourdough before, but before we left we were gifted a starter from one of Luke's friends because they knew we wanted to get into baking it, and they have, or had a good starter that they use, so they split some for us and gave it to us. So I'm gonna feed the starter, and then I'm gonna bake some cookies. But because it's a bit later, it's one of those recipes where you bake the cookie dough and then freeze it for a while, or you put it in the oven. So I think what I'm gonna do is get it to the point of putting it in the freezer tonight, and then just freeze it overnight, bake in the morning, because we're gonna want to cook dinner soon and stuff and use the oven for that. So that's the plan. I am so tired. Swimming just absolutely takes it out of you. It's Monday. It is 10 to 8, which sounds like we've gotten up early and we're doing well, but we actually woke up at 7 and nearly an hour's passed. We woke up got up pretty much with the alarm because I really needed a wee. Got up, made a peppermint tea. I've read one chapter of the Bible and drank my tea. And that was 50 minutes. I don't understand how the time works here, but we're doing better today than we normally do for getting up and getting going. I was back at work last week, but we were still very out of routine. I'm back at work today because it's Monday and we're really trying to get back into our usual routine, and our usual routine is walking the dogs before work. So we are just about to take them down to the beach, and then I'll come back and sort out my general appearance and get dressed and then start work. Good morning. Come and say good morning. Okay. That's you. So here, little bags.
Key, pull bag, follow on.
That's a seal right there. You're welcome.
We're just having breakfast and the post lady came and got the cutest little Happy New Home card from my dad. And then I've got an Amazon parcel. I ordered a few things the other day, so I'm not sure which one this is, but let's have a look. I got a Polaroid like pocket printer, you know, one of those ones that prints out like mini pictures and that they're also stickers, because I'm taking so many pictures and journaling about it and I want to stick them all in my journal, so I want to be able to print them all out straight away. So I got one of these and it just came with some paper cartridges. I also got, which I'm very excited about, a label maker. So you just, I guess, put the cartridge, like the label material in it, twizzle it and then like punch it, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So this is everything that we bought from the plant sale. We've got 3 pots of sweet peas. Bought these Goldilocks, which are climbers, and we're starting a herb garden. We've got rosemary, sage, mint black pepper, thyme, and dill at the back. We've got some strawberries and 3 different trees. We've got a redwood, a willow bark and a bird cherry, which we're very excited about.
Nasturtiums?
Oh yes, nasturtiums, which, do these have little flowers on them when they grow? Very cute. Orange flowers.
And they're edible.
And they're edible, even better.
You put them wherever you...
Or height in the
Tell you
middle,
what,
haven't
if
they?
we move these...
We've moved all the plants for now into the back greenhouse, which is sort of our like fruit tree area at the minute. We're going to pot the herbs, I think. The sweet peas we're going to put together a trellis for them to grow up. And then the trees, we just need to decide, they're probably going to go out the back here somewhere. We just need to decide where they're going to go and then also get them some supports because it is windy here. Trees, you can grow them, but they need a lot of support. A lot of the baby ones we've got started, the little saplings are in tyres, keeping them upright. So we need to get that sorted. So for now, our new little plants will be in here till we get them all situated. Let's go. We have people here today using the cable for our broadband, which is very exciting. So I'm just having a little peek at them out the window, although we're not going to have broadband at the end of the day. We've actually got a BT cable point at the end of our driveway. I think last year or something BT put like fibre optic cables all around where we live now. So we have like a connection point at the end of the driveway, which has, I think, made it a bit simpler. But the process here is that Openreach, who install the broadband, have an agreement with the council that the council is responsible for doing all the works for like digging up the road to actually bring the cable to the house. So what we've got today is people from the council, and they are basically digging up along the side of our driveway to lay the cable, and they're going to bring the cable all the way up to the house and then leave it there, and then Openreach will come when they've got time and actually bring the cable into the house, so like drill into the side of the house, feed the cable through and get it connected for us. So we're having this part done today, but Openreach came round to have a look the other day and sort of like sprayed on the floor where they wanted the cable to go. But they said because it's a busy time of year, they might not be able to come back for like 4 to 6 weeks to actually install the broadband. So we are going to be waiting a little bit more. It's going to be amazing when we have it, because we're going to get like 1.6 gig of internet speed. So that's going to be really good. But we are going to have to wait a while, which is not the end of the world. We will manage until we get our super duper fast broadband.
Next big question.
Yes,
Where is it going to go?
I agree. I think here is the moon. Should we move this fruit? Good job, babe.
More things have arrived.
This is a pot.
Yeah, this is our pot.
Oh my god. It's a nice pot. Sick.
Good morning! I hope you can hear me because the washing machine is on. I'm in the kitchen. So it's Saturday. I don't think I've spoken to you in a couple of days. It's been a bit hectic. We had half of our stuff delivered yesterday by the removals company, and there was a lot. And the other half is coming on Friday, so in a week. So it took about 4 or 5 hours to get it all off their van and into the house. We're going to have basically a full week of going through everything, trying to find homes for everything, sorting everything out, where's it all going to go. It's going to be a bit tricky as well because they've delivered it in a really weird way. Like, they've given us 2 sofas, but the sofa cushions got obviously taken off when they were packed, and we don't have them. So they've given us 2 sofas that we can't sit on because the sofa cushions aren't on them. And then I asked for my desk so that I could get set up in my office on the first delivery. And my desk comes in 3 pieces and I've got 1 of the pieces. And Luke's desk top is here and 2 of the legs, but the other 2 legs aren't here. So it's like, because we've got half the stuff, we're not going to be able to put it all away or like use most of it until we get the other half, because it's just been split up in such a strange way during like the transit or the storage or whatever. I think for each room I'm going to do like a dedicated video of doing the room up, because we've got some quite big like decoration plans. You will see it all anyway, but yeah, just a big day of organising ahead for all of us. I am very happy with how my tea station is looking. So I've got this divination tea blend. It's called the Sleeping Dragon. It's delicious. It's Earl Grey, citrus and lavender. I got it from the Lost Cauldron shop in Matlock. It's amazing. And then I've got like a raspberry and strawberry tea. Got my little teapot. This is ginger, turmeric and CBD, which saves me when I'm super anxious. And then I've got peppermint, lemon and ginger, chamomile, and then we've got raspberry leaf for periods, if you don't know, it's amazing. Wild rose and hibiscus, and then nettle tea. So I'm very excited about the way that this shelf is shaping up. Wow.
Kill those sheep.
We need to choose a new Bible verse.
Do it, you're gonna read me some?
Yeah.
Then another week passed, in which she unpacked many boxes. She unpacked the few boxes she had for her office, which she did film for you, but honestly, it's super boring, so I'm not going to make you watch that. Then, the second moving delivery arrived, which contained all of the fun stuff. So, we'll jump back into
unpacking my office. So we've been here for nearly a month now, and the majority of my office things literally only just arrived yesterday. But yeah, I've been very impatiently waiting for my things to arrive because it's all of my boxes of books, my lovely desk, and just generally all my stationery and stuff, and now it's here. And I'm very excited, and I'm in my new office. So I'm going to be unpacking everything today, getting it as organised as possible. It's going to be a bit of a work in progress, obviously. I'm not going to have it like completely done today. I have big designs for like painting and doing like a proper room makeover, but today we're just going to be unpacking, getting it as organised as possible and putting out the decorations that I do have. So I'm very, very excited. And without further ado, let's get unpacking. So here's the current room situation. So this is the front door. The front door. This is the door that you walk in from the hallway. Then over here we've got this door, which has got just a cupboard with loads of shelves in it. There's another half cupboard there. Over here is a little ensuite. And then I've got one tall bookshelf, which was actually left behind by the previous owners of the house, and I'm obsessed with it. I've put a few little ornaments out already because I did bring some with me in the car because they're my grandmother's and I'm very attached to them. So I've put a few little things out already. I've got a couple of boxes of my sentimental ornaments down here. My chair has arrived. This is like one of my pride and joys. So got my nice chair back. I've got a little bookcase here to fill. I've got my desk, a little seeker hiding under there. Got my desk that I can get all the drawers filled back up again. And then we've got, the whole thing is full of books. That's full of books and photos. It's got my lamp in it. And then we've got box, I think more. Yeah, box. And then this one's empty. I've been using it as a rubbish bin. So this is what we're working with. Let's get cracking. Also, this is a view out of my office window. How absolutely stunning is that? So I think the thing that's making the most sense in my brain is to find everything that went in my desk drawers and put it in there first, because I think I want that largely the same as it was before. It was working quite well for me, I think. So I'm going to dig out everything that was in my drawers, put it all on top of my desk, and then put them in the drawers. I think that's going to be the first move. Okay, so I think I've pulled out everything that I want back in my desk. I actually think I'm going to end up putting slightly less back into it than I had before, because I didn't have that much cupboard space at my last house. So I had a lot of like notebooks and art supplies in my desk as well, whereas like now I've got that whole big floor to ceiling cupboard. I think I might just have a whole shelf for like art things, so I can keep all my paints in there and like all my cutouts and stuff in my junk journal, all my notebooks I think might go in there. So I think there's going to be less in my desk, which will probably make it much easier to access everything and much easier to use. So I'm going to get everything put away and then I'll give you a little desk tour. Okay, I'm going to circle back round and show you the desk when we're like finished. I think that will be nicer. What I really need to do is get some of these boxes in this cupboard because it's not the biggest office and we don't have much room to maneuver. So I'm gonna do it. So I'll show you what I've just sort of dumped in here from the first delivery of our thing, and then we'll get everything in there. How organised it's going to be, I'm not sure. That might be a work in progress, but we'll get everything in and then we'll see where we end up with it. So, okay, so this top shelf I think I'm going to use for like paperwork. This shelf at the minute has ended up being like a memory shelf, just where I've put like all my baby boxes, like random keepsakes and stuff, but I feel like I want to find somewhere better for that. I might end up going on a lower shelf because I don't need really access to it. Then this shelf I've done as like my tech shelf, and then on this one I've started doing like my arts and crafts shelf, and then on this one's a bit of an empty miscellaneous one. I've got like my box of tools here, but I think I might swap this and the memory one. And then this one is kind of like miscellaneous. I'm mostly using it as like storing my work laptop, because when I finished work I just want to like shove it way out where I can't see it. And then this bottom shelf on the floor is also a bit of a work in progress. I think what would probably be a good idea, or the way it's making sense to my brain, is to just put everything in there, figure out like what shelves I want things on, and then try and think about how to organize it a bit neater. This is where we're at. I did well and truly just dump everything on vaguely the right shelf. So it's paperwork at the top. Middle, well, next shelf down is like the tool shelf. I'm using that word lightly because I have very few tools. It's mostly like a box that's got screws in and one hammer. Next shelf is still my tech shelf. I didn't really have any extra tech, so that's not really changed. My arts and crafts shelf is looking chaotic. She's gonna need a good sort out. Got my memory shelf down there. I've tried to leave as much room as possible because I've got a ton of photos in a box down there. Hello, it's the next day. I probably look exactly the same because I just put the same clothes back on. I do that a lot when I'm doing something that's a bit dusty or whatever. Just like wear the same clothes until it's done. It makes sense in my brain. Plus also most of my clothes are still in a big box. So I've got a very limited wardrobe anyway. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's the next morning. This is what we're working with. So I think like this box is empty. That's still my hi-fi stuff on a chair. I've got 2 boxes of books. So probably what's going to make sense is to put my hi-fi up next. So I'm going to clear the spot where it's going to go. I'm going to pull in the unit it's going to go on, and we're going to get that set up. So I think the only thing that's left to do is unpack my 2 giant boxes of books and decorate, really. Put up my artwork, put my lamp out, have a little play around with where I want things. So I think we're going to go to Mary's, which is the local shop on the island. I'm going to get some command strips so I can put my pictures up because I've got some, but I don't think I've got enough.
Oh. Hello.
Okay, back from Mary's. Cheese and pickle sandwich has been had, brew has been made, we are ready to carry on. Okay, so we've got that and that, that and that and that, 2 big boxes of books. This is the starting point for my shelves, and I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of love it. I will be a little bit sad to take these decorations off. Okay, I've separated them into categories in a way that kind of makes sense to my brain. So back here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 piles of YA from when I was a teenager. I have a pile of non-fiction, got a pile of classics, got a pile of poetry, There's the Twilight box set and two sort of newer YA books that I'm not sure where to categorise. I've got historical fiction, I've got children's, like not middle grade, not YA, just like vaguely children's. So Harry Potter's in this list, for example. Because I like to read seasonally, I've kind of split them up into winter, summer, spring and autumn. And I've just got Rebecca on the top because I don't know if Rebecca is autumn, if Rebecca is spring, if Rebecca goes in the classics pile because it is a modern classic. But this is where we're at. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with all my YA books because they're definitely going to go on these ones, because as much as I don't want to get rid of them, I don't need them to be super accessible or like visible really. Okay, I've been deliberating. I've got somewhat of a plan, I think. Okay, I thought I had done the shelves. I got it nearly right the first time. It was just the bottom two shelves I've had to have a bit of a play around with. I called Luke in for his opinion. He had some good ideas and I think I am very happy with the current bookshelf layout. However, then I realised that I forgot all about this box. This box contained a dragon ornament that was my nana's, and I am very, it's like my most important ornament. It like normally is the very first thing I'll place on a shelf. It gets like the best position and then I build around it, but because I didn't want it to get damaged in the move, I packed it into its own little box. And now I've done the rest of the shelves and I really like the shelves, but I obviously really want my dragon to be out and I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Okay, so what I will quickly show you though is the books that did not make it onto the shelf. I have these three that are more like coffee table books. So these will be going downstairs into the living room. This is just like informational books. Is that the right word? I'm not sure. So I think they're just gonna go into the cupboard. Then I have these books, which I'm not that wild about. What I think I'm going to do with these books is I would really like to start a little free library here. You know, like where you build a really cute little doll's house, birdhouse looking thing and then just like put it out on the street and you put books in it and people can like take a book and leave a book, and it's just a really nice thing. I feel like I would like to do one here because I think we're in the kind of place where it's not going to get trashed. So I think I'm going to start collecting books for it. And like part of me doesn't really want to fill it with books that I don't like. But at the same time, I'm like, just because I didn't like it that much doesn't mean other people won't. And then probably when I'm like about to set it up, I might buy some of my favourite books to go in it as well, just as like something nice. We are hunting for rocks. Oh no. But I don't know if I should just stick with these three. Okay, so real talk. I don't know how many days it's been since we went to the beach to get the rocks. And I'm ready to roll through and final little push to get these decorations up. I think I mentioned before, obviously this is not like The Office done. I've got big plans for some very exciting full redecorate, doing painting, the whole works. I've got big plans for it. So this is not going to be like the completed office. This is just going to be me putting out everything that I've got for now. I'm getting a little bit distracted now, but I literally just finished this book this morning and I have this like book stamp thing. It's personalised with my name and like a little picture, and when I finish a book I stamp the first page with this and it like embosses the design into the page. It's like my little reward for finishing and this sort of rite of passage for the book. The ones that I like anyway, the ones that I'm deciding to keep. Once I finished it, it gets stamped and then it goes on the bookshelf. Books that I have not read are not on the bookshelf, they are on a separate TBR pile. Okay, so these are the rocks that we got from the beach. Also, Luke found me this shell. It's super cute. We did check it. No one's home. I think they match this one pretty well. I found this the other week and I've been using it as a little sort of bookend. So my plan is to take those and use them as bookends down here. Okay, so I think I'm going to put up my paintings next because I am putting off getting the dragon out. As much as I'm so excited to have it out again, I love how I've done these shelves so much, and I'm just not looking forward to having to rearrange them to fit the dragon on. As I said, there was no command hooks at Mary's when we went, but I did bring some with me, so I hope I've got enough. Obviously we own this house, so like I don't have to worry about the walls, but the walls are quite soft and I obviously can only be redecorating. I don't want to put random holes in if I don't need to, so I'm just command stripping them. Okay, artwork is on the walls. I definitely feel like I need more cool stuff that side of the room because it's all going on behind me. Whilst I'm sat at my desk I can't see it, but it is better now with those paintings over the hi-fi. Just need to get something more going on over there, you know? But anyway, next I'm going to put my lamp out because that's a nice easy job. Okay, I think now I've done everything I possibly can to put off the dragon. It also just occurred to me that I might have built up a fair amount of suspense about this because I've been talking about this dragon for the whole video and you haven't seen it yet. So if you have been on the edge of your seats, I do apologise. It was not intentional and the grand reveal is about to happen, so let's get it unwrapped and then begin the business of finding a home for it. Just bubble wrap, just bubble wrap. Hello. I think this is the baby dragon. Did I not tell you there was a baby dragon? Oh my goodness, you're in for a treat. I mean, it's wrapped to within an inch of its life in duct tape and bubble wrap, so give me a sec. It's so cute. It's a baby dragon that's been carried by a little stork. There you go. Let's get Mummy Dragon out. Yes. What we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. Here she is. This is Mummy Dragon. This dragon was on my nana's shelves for my entire childhood with its little baby next to it. So I have inherited this now and it's going to continue its little life on my shelves. Okay, as sad as I am, to move. But we have a green theme. God. Which is gonna, like, there's stuff that's like rebuilds from houses that I lived in 10 years ago.
Got your vlogging done.
I think so.
Sick.